Here we go. Hello everyone, welcome back. So, you might see we're in the middle of a scene. Basically, this popped up because I realized, oh wait, we need a rest before we head off. Figure might as well do that. And then, well, this suddenly happened. See, the situation's become rather fraught. A group of mercenaries arrived in our land to seek a better future. They banded together for cities and have been hired by our merchants as bodyguards. As their manners are low, and the locals are prejudiced against them. They fight more and more often. Peasants want us to banish the mercenaries from the city. The merchants expect us to protect them regardless of the peasants' complaint. If you ask me, we mustn't surrender to hatred. This matter should be resolved peacefully. Draw from the treasury to finance more guards. They'll put an end to these clashes. Nothing's going to change if we simply choose sides. We must mediate through this, though this takes money and a will for peace. Oh my. There's a lot of economy out of that. It does give us better stats overall. And I did level up everybody. See, is that, I think we don't got... No, we haven't hit tier 6. I picked up Fire Snake. Basically, so we actually have an attack spell from that tier. And we got Obsidian Flow too, so that seems like Grease, but, you know, damaging and stuff. I also got Lightning Bolt on him. And as I recall, someone did get level 6 spells. I think it was... Yeah, she got level 6. I gave her Bolstering Mass and Chain Lightning, because Chain Lightning's always fun. God, I haven't really done anything with her in forever. This is why people are not the biggest fans of wizards over like sorcerers and the like, because you actually need to think about like what spells are you gonna bring along for the day, you know? Oh god. And I think we're actually at the level where we get the third Scorching Ray added to her, well, both her and our attacks. Actually, do. Oh, they also got some extra slots too. Right. I haven't actually put anything in. Level 5. These two are actually very similar. So why not? I think you would like to slay living sometimes. Feels like there are some moments where something like Break Enchantment should be like, I don't know, like having it in your list, like you get rewarded for having it. Like some kind of like option you get during some big moments, like, oh yeah, we can cast Dispel Magic. Oh really? Rage is only allowed in the domain slot. Interesting. Another bless because we do use that as a standard buff. Alrighty. Let's go help out Harim's people. Figure we'll go do that, swing around to the debates, hit back up at the barony, see if anything new has happened, and then go do Regengar and Olivia's side quest. Oh yeah, and I also did spend like 40,000 gold on bill points. Oh, that's how we get there.
Would be nice, don't you think?
God damn it, really?
I'd give anything for a mug of hot grog. And for 2 mugs?
It's better not to risk 2 mugs at camp. As soon as you relax a little, the monsters are sure to show up. But when we return to the city, we can drop by Alina's tavern. I'll be happy to keep you company.
Honestly, the voice actor for that makes me think it's supposed to be a Kalik line, not Canera. Here's our golem. Oh wait, we didn't buff. Whoops. Wait, oh wait, we might be on the wrong difficulty too. If we bumped down the difficulty because I just wanted to get through that last story bit before ending stream. Yep. I was also worried about Tristian dying. Oh, Harim, not that. Crap. I want to keep everybody grouped up so I actually can do some buffs. Let's start with the Bear Endurance Mass.
Tear them apart!
That. Ow! Good God. Vastly living wouldn't work there. Oh, and yeah, Stone's King Communal could probably help. Yes, kind of. Now that I think about it, that would probably... What is... Let's see, mind affecting and oh, it's probably immune to mind affecting. Okay. 100. It's a level 30. Holy crap. What? Oh wait, is it immune to... Stop. Wait, what? Didn't look like I... Did I completely whiff? It is immune. Oh, it just has flat spell immunity. That's what it... Okay, never mind. Like, his specific energy type? Does that mean that Canera isn't helping at all? gonna want to start doing that then. So he can't help out with that, unfortunately. Oh no, wait. That'd probably do nothing, wouldn't it? Dang it! Why isn't Harim? Yeah, there we go. It does work! Thank you, Grease.
I'm writing you out of our story.
Oh, we got it. Nice. What's going on now? Going freezes inside it, something vibrates in harmony, and dents left by your weapons quickly repair. Harim approaches the metal monster and examines it from head to toe. An invincible idol made of indestructible metal, another proof of our empty pride. Every master wishes to create something that will outlive them, but why? So that their creation will live on a short while, for return to dust with the rest of the units. Ha! Masters, masters. Reem pulls the key. To its surprise, the whole lock comes out of the golem's body along with the key. As Reem stands amazed, the monster falls to pieces as if it were made not out of the strongest metal in the world, but of rotten wood. Oh wow, adamantine with your bare hands. You're a beast. Spill it, when did you get so strong? Have you been lifting weights at night instead of praying? Oh, Grease. Well, the dwarves clear their leader, a gray-haired man with a massive symbol of Torag around his neck, jumps down from the hillock where the dwarves climb to escape the golem. He's reading what he's done astounded. How did you do it? That's impossible! Impossible! I don't know, I don't! What? When did that happen, Oh, wait, are you talking about the anvil? Yes, I did do that, but why? Ask Rotus what it meant, but received no answer. Reem pensively wraps his beard around his fingers. Forgive me, your grace. The surprise made me lose all my manners. My name is Jarmol Skijag, paladin of Torag and the leader of this group. On behalf of our old clan, I thank you for your help. Must be Harim, the priest of Grotus. Heard a lot about you and the usual path you've taken. Would like to speak with you. You were like, well, I wouldn't like to even see you. We have nothing to discuss. It's just what I need to listen to another sermon about Torag's greatness. Paladin replies to Harim's indignation with a humble bow. I am not so arrogant as to preach to her, priest. Your faith is your choice. I am not one to question it. I want to know more about your spiritual journey. But Harim only sniffs with contempt. Yes, your grace. May Torag bless the soil you walk upon. You've saved us. The Skijeg clan is in your debt. Alas, we have no treasure to reward you for your kind aid. But that is only temporary. Believe me, when we find a way inside the fortress to recover the legacy of our ancestors, you'll see that no one can accuse the Skijeg clan of stinginess. Look at them, Rion. Here they are, true children of Torag, greedy, conceited, unable to see beyond their own noses. They barely escaped death, and there they are, diving into its maw again, blinded by the glitter of imaginary treasures. I contemplated making them leave, but let us allow them to stay and continue what they are doing. They are in such a hurry to dig their own graves, let us not interfere. Thank you. See, you've no love for your people or our god. No, don't be quick to frown. I have no wish to preach you, but I believe you said you broke the unbreakable with your bare hands. Please tell me about this. I think I have an idea of what power lies within you. The searing palm. Harim's voice sounds dull and lifeless. Magic anvil in the desolate bronze shield fortress, desecrated by trolls, was destroyed by my fist if it were made of sand or wood, and it rotted from within and only waited to be touched to fall to dust. Jarmo pensively holds his hand upon Torag's hand, which hangs about his neck. Could it be? The touch of the Unmaker. This is a rare, very rare gift of the gods. Happens once in a generation. Can't say who granted it. Perhaps Torag, perhaps Grotus, or perhaps it comes from some other source we know nothing about. It is the power to give death to things which live on beyond their proper time. Ill things created with a flaw, like this golem, desecrated like the anvil, the robust creation of the dwarven hands that beg for death but must continue to exist. A dwarf blessed by the touch of the Unmaker can put an end to their suffering. Nonsense, I've never heard of this. If Grotus granted me this power, why do I have to find out about it from some paladin of a traitor god, the god of helplessness and cowardice, a gift of the gods? By Grotus, you prove it or you admit you're lying. Jarmold listens calmly to the stream of insults raining down from Harim. When the latter has finally spent his breath, the paladin replies quietly, yes, I can prove it. The touch of the Unmaker is not only the power to destroy, he can also take the heart from an item. All the love and effort put into it by its maker, by the mercy of Torag. Strike the golem once more. Complete the unmaking, show us its heart. Well then. I didn't know they could explode like that. Harim looks gloomily at the quiet golem, then shrugs and smashes it with his fist. The golem falls to fragments with a pitiful clink. Leaning down to search through the pieces, Harim takes hold of a shimmering blue jewel. He examines it, then turns to you. The priest's face is sad and baffled. A gift from Torag, be he damned. So what's next? What do I do with it? I mean... well put. You know as well as I do how dangerous to accept gift from the gods. I mean, I doubt that he would have taken it well if I said it was a gift from Torag. You're right. Harim twirls the jewel onto the rocky ground. It breaks into shimmering shards that darken and vanish in the air. If you wish to keep digging a grave for you and your group, Jarmold, then continue. I won't interfere. Maybe someday I'll return to bury your bones, but for now, farewell. Jarmold lowers his head. Farewell, Harim. Gift from the gods, curses from the gods. I'm starting to think it's the same thing, but thank you for coming here with me. I wouldn't even have talked to this Jarmold on my own, but now I have to much to contemplate. Let us go, Rio, and let us leave these Gajag to do as they will. And Lindsay is just lying in the grease. There we go. Here we do a quick look around, see if there's anything to pick up. Doesn't really look like it, does it? So it's kind of funny just how, like, useful that Greece has managed to, like... it's just managed to stay so useful all throughout so far. Oh, climb the hill. Mobility 26. I can actually make that pretty easily, I think, with the Boots of Elvenkind. Yep. Okay, but why? There's like nothing up here.
A trivial matter.
And yeah, we actually had a boss fight where we actually managed to win straight up. Without me having to mess with like difficulty settings or something. Hey, Cold Iron Dwarven War Axe +3? God damn it, it's exotic. I was like, sweet, we have an anti-fey weapon, but none of us can really equip it. Can, Harim? I know that, like, elves can automatically use elven weapons. Nope. Oh wait, that's Peaceful Travelers. Kinda figured. We don't really run into anybody else who's peaceful, do we? Well, damn. Lycanthrope? Huh. We aren't running into that many, like, werewolves, though. Interesting. Oh, that's all he has. Huh. Yeah, I don't really say what to do with that. Yeah, we already did clear out most of this, didn't we? Apparently there's a few others.
As it should be. In due time.
Might as well do that while we're on our way. Oh yeah, that's right. Knock Knock's over at Oleg's. How do we get up there?
Resting would be nice, don't you think?
Yep, now we gotta swap out our party.
You studied writing for such a long time, put so much effort into your art, and they threw you out of the academy. Yet in spite of all this, you didn't give up. Why?
Maybe because if I did give up, it would mean that they got what they wanted. Or no, maybe because life without writing would be so boring. To be honest, I never really thought about it.
A pale gnome with dull, brittle hair is scribbling something busily on a small scroll, now looking up as you approach. Ah, here you are, lass. Go read the rules quickly. They're posted a little further along. The other teams already arrived a while ago. Who said we'll start as soon as you show up and read the rules? Of course I'm famous enough for my admirers to follow my every move, but still, I'd like to know, how did you know we were coming? No, said so. Well, are you gonna keep wasting time? Read the rules and we'll start.
I am prepared.
Fixing his glasses, Jubilos looks at the paper describing the rules. Let's see, I'll read out loud so that everyone can hear. Rules the inconsequent debates. You're to be added later. I see the author didn't overstrength themselves. So the rules. Item 1, obey the host and everything. Item 2, come in triplets. Item 3, no fighting, no killing each other, even temporarily, even if you really want to, even if you apologize later. Item 4, the most important one, the participant must say tentacles at least every 10 words. What's this nonsense? I bet to see tentacles. I mean, a description of the rules of the tentacles. Wait, what the? Am I really talking about tentacles all the time now? Jalas turns his head from side to side, throwing his hands in the air as if trying to close his mouth. Real boohoo! I'm not joking. This is some kind of tentacles. It's making me say tentacles every few words. Examination offers not. So we're just going to leave it like this. Don't worry about it. I think I'll go run to the host, ask him a few questions for my book. It'll buy you some time. Start looking for whoever is responsible for this. Nicole raises a little snout at you. Greetings! Yes, participate. I participate. What is this I hear? Kobold, a fellow tribesman, an unforgettable Tartuk, damn his tentacles, decided to participate in the debates. Kobolds participate. Fellow Jerboas here. Oh, the animals. They say the three I know friend. Wanted to go very much. Caught this jump mice. Now we three participate. Aye, dragon, how become dragon? I don't read, gnome help me, read for me out loud, but then at a scream, I scared. Zottenroppel? The young wizard desperately thrashed about in his feathers, but all in vain. The shoots of the plant held him tightly. Nymph, cruel and beautiful, sneered at him immediately. And immediately what? Immediately anything! The giant frogs are talking. That frog is mocking the right one. Does this book ever end? I thought the wizard would die in the last chapter while he was running from the horde of unicorn through fields of giant fly traps. Not like you understand anything about literature, you stupid toad. Hello, traveler. It seems I have introduced myself. I am Nerd Zottenroppel, and these two idiots are my brothers Viar and Luar. It's too much to tell. She keeps him hostage for another 4 chapters. I like it when it's more like real life. In this author's last book, he escaped from the evil wizard in 5 minutes. Nah, fool, read the rules, and rules are charmed. Nerd's colorless and dim eyes flare up with a mad and joyful fire. Anyone who reads them turns into frogs. So now I have 2 frog brothers. I guess I'll leave them as they are. When else will I ever have a chance to laugh so much? Yes, Nerd responds quickly. Nah, the frog on the right says happily. Traveler, of course we did. We read them and we transformed. Now we're sitting croaking. Yeah, that's true, but I wasn't trying to read the frog rules. They're different on every pull. One turns you into a frog, and another makes you say tentacles. The third one makes you scream like crazy. Hilarious, right? Not remotely. She looks bleached. Jubila's voice is grim. That's alright, still got a fair bit of fight left in me. The Zottenroppels don't go down easy. My brothers and I lost our color long ago, but death still hasn't taken us. Sure, although really we're just here to see the show. We figured it would be fun, and we were right. I know you read the rules for the kobold. Why isn't one of you screaming? As that both of your brothers were turned into frogs. Nerd already saw that happen, knew the rules were charmed, then why did she tell us to go read them? You expect us of something? Why would we charm the rules and read them ourselves, or make you read them and put a spell on you? Nerd adjusts her ridiculous helmet and strikes a rakish pose. Let's just get to the tentacles. Who else would decide to make everyone else say tentacles, and who else would get caught in their own tentacles just for a laugh? You're far-sighted and loud-voiced. I like you. Why are you picking on us? Our sister's the one who did it. You know, snitching the war. You're just jealous that it was Nerd who came up with the idea. You're so boring. We wanted to, so we did it. Just thinking how funny it would be. Debates where all the participants are screaming or talking about tentacles or just croaking. But we're honest players, so we charmed ourselves too. We wouldn't want an unfair advantage. Croak. Croak, croak. We're just stupid frogs and we don't understand nothing. I'd say let's leave things as they stand. Tentacles should easily win the debates, even with the word tentacles constantly jumping out of our mouth. Like you angrily, I spent so much time getting this prank ready. If you really knew how hard it was, then there's almost no color left in you. Fine, here you go. There you are, glad I found you. I stalled just as long as I could, but now it's time to begin. Let's go quickly. Thank you, intimidation. The hooded creature looks mundane, but after looking for a time, one might notice the figure's contours tremble and flow as in a haze. Welcome to the Inconsequent Debate. You can call us the host. We are the reason for all that's happening here today. You read the rules, have you not? Not that there is anything useful in them. We only made up the real rules the day after tomorrow, then forgot them and had to make new ones. So it's simple. You want as your reward for us to answer a question. So the competition will involve answering questions we ask, and one in each triplet answers, and always the same one. The others can only prompt. Let's see, it'll be you, little kobold, you, Sir Alfred, you, Nerd, and you, Rion-Bahu. Remember one thing, here at the Inconsequent Debates, there are no right or wrong answers. Every answer has weight, and each will be weighed. Don't choose the lightest one. Your rival might find a heavier argument, and most important, light answers are no fun at all. Win the competition and ask. Those are the rules of the game, right? Oh no, we're not wasting a precious question to discover the motive of the Fae and their lord. I don't have the imagination to think how absurd and silly their answer might be. You know very well, you've met us, Rion-Bahu, but it was a different us at a different time. For now, be satisfied that we do not wish to disclose ourselves. Begins! We are ready, the knight nods resolutely despite the tentacles. Alright, let's see how tough they have it in the first world. Some of you look so serious, thus we'll begin with a question about weighty matters. Which can move mountains? Oh, should have skipped my philosophy lesson at the academy. Such problems baffle me. Not because I can't think of an answer, because I can think of 1,000 of them at once and don't know where I can hide from them. Let's see. We're dealing with Fae in the first world, and they told us clearly that trivial answers won't cut it. I think a good answer is its own will. In the first world, mountains often change position, and there's at least one that does it of its own free will. That's Ulas when attained the walking mountain. We heard you. What will another say? What can move a mountain? Maybe dragon? Dragon can move a mountain? Faith and divine intervention. Do you hear my faithful tentacles? Faith nourishes us with devout faith in our tentacles and a righteous cause. Everything is within our tentacles. A teleportation spell. Haha. I could probably manage moving a hill or two. In fact, that gives me an idea. I've heard you. Now you hear us. Of course, gods and magic can move mountains, but that answer is good for any question. How can one jump over the house? Magic. How to paint a face yellow using blue paint? Divine intervention, since light answers are the weakest. A good answer is its own will. Will and desire lie at the base of all motions, action, and decision. If a mountain has a will, it will surely find a way to move. That was an interesting round. Let's begin. Next be heard. What weakens when owned by many and dies if owned by none? The secret? I mean, that one's a house radio, a pot of soup. That's a no-brainer. It's glory. It can't belong to many because then it's devalued and it can't belong to no one either. I want to go with the secret. I don't know this. Maybe it's dragon? It's a knight's heart. I swear by my tentacles. It can belong to himself or to his righteous cause or to his great tentacles. It can't belong to everybody. Yarn, look how I can roll my eyes. Fools concentrate on the competition. That won't do. We won't accept the answer from the Zunrappel triplet this round, but you are a spectacular eye roller. Now as for the answers, the heart is not the best answer, even among knights. There are many whose hearts belong to beautiful women and a beautiful mother, plus their friends, their commander, their righteous cause, and a delicious lunch, especially a delicious lunch. It doesn't seem that those hearts that belong to many grow any weaker. A secret is a good answer. The more souls know it, the less mysterious it is, but without a single bearer, it will die. Your triplet wins this round, Baron. Here, the third question. Each of us is born to the same time with a monster. Each day we live with it. It grows, it can torment, bring us joy, or kill without a single word. What is it? Well, evil twin brother from another timeline. Considering the question is asked by a representative of the Fae, the answer could be anything from singing to the love of pastry, but let's think logically. The last part of the riddle can easily be ignored because just about anything in this world can aid or ruin you depending on the circumstances. What's important is that the riddle clearly points to some quality or property of a living creature, something that is born with us. Another point, it grows. I would say knowledge. Each new day brings something new, so our knowledge of ourselves and the world keeps growing. For some, though, this process is ridiculously slow. I don't know if that really fits with the kill without a single wound. Kind of like ambition, but then again, this is Jubilos, things, and we are currently 2 for 3. Well, the others say, what is it that one? Maybe it's dragon? It's curiosity, it's born with us, it grows day by day, it saves us from bleaching, and if you only know how many it's killed. I know what the answer will do, but the greatest tentacle is the one that lives inside us. We grow a tentacle beast in our soul. We feed it with, ambition. Eventually, it could break free and kill us, but tentacles must admit, the same beast gives strength to villains and tentacles. The poison we feed our monster only nourishes them. Interesting answer. Except for the dragons. The dragons doesn't count, alas. Curiosity is also insufficient. The monster we describe must by its own nature grow. Many see their curiosity dim over the years. I like the answer about knowledge and the inner beast, but both seem somewhat light. We expected something more substantial. We declare that both Sir Alfrey and Miriam Bahu, along with their triplets, shall share the victory for this round. But remember, victory shared by 2 is half the victory. One final trial, we will sum up the results. I grow tired of questions. Do you know the game Knight, Dragon, Snag? The knight defeats the dragon burns the snag. If a knight walks in the woods, he will stumble on the snag and die. That's why the snag defeats the knight. Children's games, great. Easy and consequent debate. Why not play a game? So, you break up into pairs, yell out your chosen word at the signal. The one who shouts knight defeats the one who shouts dragon. The one who shouts dragon defeats the one who shouts snag, and snag defeats knight. We'll play Sir Alfrey against the kobold, and Neard Zottenrappel against the baron. Winner will then play each other. Is the first pair ready? Yell on 3. 1, 2, 3. Knight. Dragon. This is all too predictable, but charming in a way. The host is obviously enjoying the game. It's a good thing we don't look ahead. It's much more fun to see it unfold like this. So Alfrey wins. Now, for the second pair, are you ready? 1. I don't think they'd say knight. I kind of doubt dragon. I feel like they would go snag. We tied. Dragon, Nerd shouts, performing a spot-on impersonation of the kobold, then falls over laughing. Looks like her enemy is more important to her than the competition. Snag! Ah, damn it. I meant to cheat, but didn't have time to think of how. Dragon 1, 1, 1! The little kobold is happy for you, and your dragon is for his own victory. So, the bear win. Now the winner gets the winner. The baron gets the knight. 1, 2, 3... Takes a deep breath, but the curse takes over. Tentacles! This is how the spells work. Neard and her brother start roaring with laughter, sometimes sniffling with delight. The host makes a helpless gesture. We cannot but to pronounce the baron the winner of this round, and now it's time to announce the winner of the debate. After 4 tests, the trip of the baron and Sir Jubilos wins. It was most amusing, children. Most amusing. You should know this is rare praise from us. Congratulations, sir and lady. Swear by my tentacles it was a worthy struggle. Your triplet performed better than we could have imagined. For that reason, you may ask us not 1 and not 2, but 3 questions. Must be asked by the baron, the voice of your triplet. Do you remember the fate of the note? Jubilas suddenly stops talking. He opens and closes his mouth, but makes not a sound. Have a science spell, mate, huh? Love it. Now, what's he gonna do? Come, brothers, let's run. Now everything is in your hands, Rion. Think well upon your question. We will answer honestly, but I don't know is also an honest answer. Ask about what a host from the first world might know. There is the question. We knew it would be asked, but a simple answer, a light answer, has no value, right? We hope our debates convince you of this. That is why we present you another answer, a good one, a valuable one. Numbers will help you on your way. One of them is 5th and 10. It will be easy to find if you read who opened the road for the ancient dead men, and his black feathered messenger. The second is 12 times in a dozen, and is thrice the number of those who lost their faces. Don't try to guess it now, but not yet time. Wait until he who was born twice will twice be defeated. Oh, we know him. Put the 2 numbers together when the moon leaves her path near the waters of Candlemere. Find the one who will open the secret. Numbers will help you. One of them is 5th and 10. Easy to find if you read. Who opened the road for the ancient dead men. Road for the ancient dead men. Oh, they're talking about the Valley of the Dead. It's black. So, Vordkai. Second is 12 times in a dozen. So, wait, so... Oh, Vordkai V5, right? Hold on. Trying... Need to, like, write this down. Let's see, so... Ancient dead man and his black feathered messenger. So that's Fort Kai. Second is a dozen times in a dozen, so... Dozen times in a dozen, so 144 is thrice the number of those who lost their face. So, defaced sisters. We've only run into, like, how many have we run into? Like 6-ish? Something like that? Till after we killed Agmar. I need to scroll down. Put two numbers together. When Moon leaves her path. Oh, that's... Oh god, that's gonna be like our next one. Like the moon's gonna disappear after we're done with Agmar. Or Angarang. What was his freaking name? Anyway. Near the waters of the Candlemere, find the one who will open the secret. Okay, got it. Keep a senseless mumble instead of a first walk the road, then you may accuse us of being senseless, but in the end you won't. Oh, that's an easy one, or is it? Once a very powerful creature from the first world and wisely provoked the rage of those who are 100-fold mightier. He was cursed and sent here to Gularia and to the Stolen Lands. Without going into too much detail, her curse afflicts the locals as well. To put it simply, your troubles will not cease until you've dealt with this uninvited guest. And we'll discuss this further in your tomorrow and my yesterday. Okay. And now we can just have a fun one, I guess. Kind of feel like that one's especially for our character. I am kind of tempted to go for a good pet name. I'm curious on what he would say for that. I mean, obviously, he's organized all this for funsies. You children can be so funny. A pet name, you say? Is your pet a reindeer? If not, call it reindeer in whatever language you know. The last reindeer-named creature we met was charming. Surprisingly, it originated from one eerie unpleasant place called Roaring Chasm. That was your final question. Never answered, and yet we don't. But what an adventure, Riombo! We'll discuss further on our return to the capital. Oh well, Riombo. Oh, we almost forgot. You, little creature, you didn't win, but you managed to make us laugh. Do you want to come with us? No promise you'll turn into a dragon, but still. They all jump for joy, but then carefully asked, pointed at his Gerbos. Take my friend, yes? Alright, fine, the heated creature laughs. Listen all, the consequent debates are now closed. We spare all of you the effects of these Ottenroppel tricks, and bid you farewell. Well, alrighty then.
All according to plan.
Oh, hi. I could actually do this, and we can run off and try to do knock-knocks. Yeah, that's right, we can't just click on that and check out. Oh. Great. Sweet Jesus, do any of you get anything right? Well, at least he can. God damn it. Like, seriously, we just keep failing on everything we do. That's also with me actually, you know, using some of our crisis points, which we have precious little of now. So across an ugly scene, a ragged pile of goblins. They are hiccuping violently, laughing, then hiccuping again. They are so thick with alcohol fumes, flies lying dead in the dirt, and an odd vinegar smell as well. There's the goblins had gotten into Old Lake's stock and drank deep of its contents, barrels lying in splinters around the area, not a single one intact. Knight surveys the goblin pile, then glances at you with a shrug. No problem here. Normal day for tribe. Would be worse if holiday. Yes, he sniffs again. You suddenly become more aware of the vinegar smell. They've marked this as home. It would be hard to make them leave this home, though. Oh, you glance around in disapproval. Much smaller than the capital. Capital would have much more room for them not have to lie in pile. Could be lying down drunk everywhere. You, runny long legs. Why did you stop running? What make your home here? Kept getting chased. No place to settle down. Got hungry, then caught. Then we were sent here, and now... Big Shank's bigger than you, fatter, smelled better. Big Club was eating sheep. We tried to share his sheep with us by taking one. A small one in the night while he snored, but we not asked for, so he got mad. After eating half of us, he got so full he ready to trade. He say if we find him something to wash other goblins down with because they still squirming in his gut, he let us go. We knew a place here at Post, but had to sample cake to be sure. Listen, Knock Knock, Big Carrot. You do what Knock Knock say, but... Tell me where Big Shank now. When he expect you back? Did Big Shank follow you? At the moment, there is another waft of foul air and a shadow falls on the ground. All the goblins in the pile lift their heads at the new arrival. A towering hill giant with mismatched coveralls. A necklace of hands and skulls and a makeshift club composed of several timbers tied together with rope. He looks very, very angry, not just at the pile of goblins, but at the splintered empty barrels. Not him. The hill giant turns to you as if in challenge, points to himself and gives a rumbling growl akin to then turns to goblins. His hands clench on his club and the growl grows louder. He points at the goblins and points at his belly, the intent clear. Elms do not respond, not even Longlegs. Their leader remains wide, frozen. Suddenly, Longlegs makes a high-pitched squeak and points at Knock Knock. He our leader, he our hero. Me make us drink everything we promised, also he made us eat your sheep. Eat him and his ugly friend. Hill Giant snarls, lifts his club, then turns to you and Knock Knock, then thrusts out his chin, pounding his chest and giving a thundering series of grunts that sound like a challenge. He munguk, he say. Not in mood to share. He says that half-shanks are their guts to his to eat. I can. Knock Knock seems embarrassed. Got caught by hill giants once. Kept this toy for their kids until ran away. Oh, Knock Knock. Knock Knock swallows, then takes a deep breath. Then strides up to the hill giant, barely cresting his knee. He then gives a short, drawn-out squeak. The hill giant does respond, seemingly confused. Knock Knock repeats himself, and again is met with silence. Frustrated and without thinking, he kicks Munguk as hard as he can and howls in pain. He seems oblivious to the kick, but glances down at Knock Knock, who is now holding his foot and leaping about, and suddenly a smile slowly cracks Munguk's stained face. Like watching clay crack. Then he starts chortling as Knock Knock's eyes water. Knock Knock finally stops hopping about and takes a step back, glaring furiously at Munguk. Seeing the goblin become still, the once smiling hill giant begins to grumble angrily, his eyebrows drawing together. Knock Knock looks confused at your order, then without thinking kicks Munguk again and emits a new set of howls. At this, the giant gives a delighted, booming laugh, spittle flying from his splintered teeth. One gob flies, almost slowly twisting in flight to land directly on Knock Knock's head with a heavy splat, forming a flaming cap that drips down his face. The other goblins, once paralyzed by drink and fear, suddenly begin to laugh as well, pointing at Knock Knock until the entire building is filled with laughter. Knock Knock ears droop at the ridicule, but then he finally manages a half-hearted chuckle until he's laughing as well. And the hill giant doesn't seem as angry anymore. It seems he's forgotten his hunger in the light of the amusement. Knock Knock looks doubtful but shrugs. Squaring his chest, he tries to give a booming, rambling command, then stomps his foot and nods outside. The hill giant glances in that direction, then turns back to Knock Knock confused, and points at his belly, then points at Knock Knock. Munguk not want to go. Food is here. Now you think me not a hero, but food too. I think it's hard for remote when you're twitching, then brightens. He gives a series of rumbling grunts, very quick in succession, then spreads his hands out wide, then spreads them high, standing on his tiptoes. He settles back on his heels, pats himself on the belly with a mmm sound, which doesn't need translation. Ungap absorbs. Oh no. He lumbers that club over his shoulder. Does that Mungo take out lots of food there? Oh, great. Well, it may be time to put an end to this, man. The prank has gone overboard. Knock Knock thinks hard. His thinking ear twitches again, but he seems to be chewing over your words. Lowering in, piles of goblins are all watching you as they sober up. They all seem ready to bolt. You catch Longlegs slowly uncurling himself from the pile, apparently ready to run. You do notice a number of the goblins are looking at Knock Knock with a strange fascination. Dealing with a giant must have impressed them. After their eyes aren't Knock Knock, his eyes narrow, goes to each one of them in turn and wraps them twice on each head. Hard, they wince, but say nothing, except for one feeble groan from a goblin more sober than the rest. A great deal with you. Need me go to bigger place where I hit you again. I show you. Me big hero. Follow me. Take to new place. The nods begin to entangle themselves, but they are doing what Knock Knock says, some of them rubbing their heads. Couple not bad idea. Oh no. The end of your burn gets you closer, much closer to your Oh great. This is gonna cause problems, isn't it? That's maybe a better way to do it. Because, yeah, sending them to our capital is probably a bad idea. More than likely. And here it comes. Well, let's actually just kill him.
Fight back. Best kind of fight.
Out of our story.
Yeah, he ain't gonna last for long. Yeah, this seems to be going. Oh yeah, that. This way we don't. Okay, so killing him is definitely a better option, since that way we don't have to deal with. How do I put it? We don't. No, I mean, we had an event of Munguk's drunken rage going on, which is not exactly a good thing.
All according to plan.
There he is. He's got the neutral good thing. Damn, that didn't take much. You're not going anywhere to go. Maybe I'll stay here, yes. Okay, so no matter what we say, they go to the capital. Got it. Think about it. What is Knock Knock's alignment? He's chaotic evil. Which really shouldn't be the biggest surprise. Alright. At least this one didn't end with the giant problem, at least.
I tire.
Well, I mean, I'm tempted to lower the difficulty on the kingdom stuff just because the dice just ain't what. There's another failure! Seriously, none of our people can do jack shit! And how else are we like, everything about this is just based on dice rolls! What does lowering the difficulty on that do exactly? Curious. Try jumping that down to normal, easy, see what happens. Okay, so it lowers the DC requirements by 2. Hey. 19 days on that. Yeah, not surprised with some of these having low chances. You all suck! You know that, right? Oh, finally some freaking victory! Seriously! Alright, it's Boken. Potion of greater invisibility, nice. Oh yeah, and I was thinking for this next one, just set the difficulty down again. Because we're going off to do the side quest for Avilia and Rengengar. I have not really used them, I don't really know them well, so... Oh yeah, that's right, we need to talk to Jubilos now. And we're also gonna have to ditch 2/3 of our party in order to do this side quest for him. Well, with them, actually with us. Never probably thank you for your help at the consequent debates. I'm happy to do so now. Hope you don't think me entirely ungrateful. Not quite, but I'm working on it. I'll certainly inform you of my findings. I must admit, such an answer is quite the spirit of the Fae. It may lead somewhere, and I will find its trail. Oh, we can ask him about the riddle. Yep. Well, you see, I understand well what the bleaching is, what a fatal effect it has on gnomes. Those poor fellows were acting like that for no darker motive than desperation. And therefore those jokes allow them to live just a little bit longer, do you see? I don't mind becoming the joke myself for a while, of course. Now that my life was being threatened, it let someone live a couple of days longer. Stop or you'll make me blush. Jim Boss folds his hands over his chest with a content look. Guess that just does that. Are you proud that I haven't found anything in your barony worth my attention? Well, at least that means that there's nothing truly disastrous in your land, so yes, perhaps you may be proud of that. Alright, so... Guess I'm Mary for him? They kind of fulfill the same role. Except he's supposed to be like melee, like spellcaster kind of stuff. And it's my fault that I don't really like know how they work. Oh yeah, and I needed to go check to see like which like village got turned into a town, so that we can set it up to for warping. Oh, I found a couple new spots apparently.
Catch my breath.
Here we go. Let's see. Holy crap, she's actually our best hunter? Don't really have a good cook, unfortunately. Yeah.
Listen, Lindsay. Can you write a story about me? One where I'm bursting into a crowd of enemies, lopping off their heads, and then kicking their corpses and laughing like a madman.
What kind of story is that? That's your biographer's job.
Becoming gods, everyone's here! Oh hey, it's the cobbler. They really want to cast slow, apparently.
This should do it.
Who will prevail? Does it matter?
You guys are level 9-ish, huh? No, basic full plate. Excuse me, sorry. Ooh, scroll of invisibility. Oh, dang it.
Time for fun.
So wait, how does... He has normal, like, spell uses, but how does his...
Out of our story.
Like, his source, like, his mega stuff... What do the points for that work like?
That is not
Plus
far.
2 scimitar. That's some of the good stuff for selling.
Let's see what they're made of.
Not much, given the fact, yeah, we're starting in, like, melee range of a couple of backliners. We should sell a bunch of that stuff since we don't really need... Like, the damage for Alchemist Fire really isn't all that good now. Oh, okay, fine then. Guess we have to go this way then?
Consider me provoked.
To the dust you will go.
I actually have a freaking bard using their, like, bard abilities. Maestro Janish claps as he greets you with a contented smile. So you, Master, track down my messenger, locate this place, and make your way here. Impressive, very impressive. See, all that training was not in vain. You old scumbag playing your games. Think we didn't know it's a trap? Huh, we're ready for anything. Now, of course it's a trap. Not for you, though, my darling. Octavia Regengar. You have surpassed all my expectations. You can't help but feel pride in such students. I speak to you now, not as slaves. No, you're deserving of your freedom. You've proven I can speak to you as equals. I invite you to become proper members of the Technic League. You will become my left and right hand. You could have all the things this shabby baron can never offer you. Money, slaves, power, access to secret knowledge, and powerful artifacts require just one small entry fee. The wizard points at you, his head. Valerie's eyes turn icy. She puts her hand on her weapon, looking at Octavia and Regengar silently, waiting for their answer. Whoa, that's one thing I wasn't ready for. But listen up, y'all piece of shit. Do you really make us for brainless idiots? Do you think we got through your training didn't learn the most important lessons? He looks at Octavia. Lesson 1, never trust Maestro Janus in anything. Lesson 2, hate Maestro Janus with all your heart. Enough talk, old teacher. We're here to pass our final exam. Is he teleporting out?
Can you make an epic pose? I need
Dude, you just cast Fireball and completely whiffed. Let's see. No, you take that. He's about to slow us, but we'll counteract that with that. Seriously, what is with them in slow?
I am prepared to meet my end. Are you?
Hold up, we had to finish killing this one guy. What are we waiting for? He's getting away. We'll catch him. We just need to get these poor people free first. No, we don't forget. Can't you see the scum's getting away? Frank, we can't leave them. We used to be slaves too. And we freed ourselves, Octavia. We owe these people nothing. But Jedish, oh damn it, fine. Let him roll himself back to Numeria. Calistria is not blind. He'll get his someday. Enough chatting then. Let's pull these idiots out of the fire. I love you. After giving Regengar a quick hug, Octavia rushes to help the chain slaves. How do we help them? I don't see anything. Okay, so I guess. Yeah, figured. Hey, stop! Damn, the scum, he's gone! Regengar kicks the door frame freshly and spits on the floor. It's alright, we settle the score later. If it won't, it's over. We'll never see him again. He knows we're stronger now. He won't risk crossing us again. Frank, that's wonderful. Do you realize what you just said? He is afraid of us now. The great Maestro Janus just ran away from us with his tail between his legs, running back to the farthest corner of Numeria to sit and hide for the rest of his life. Afraid we'll come after him. The lines on Regengar's face slowly fades into a contented grin. Huh, you're right. Piece of shit's gonna see us in his nightmares for the rest of his life. Now, well, what have we here? Here, Octavia flips through the pages of one of the books. Reg, take a look at this. Whoa, by Calistria's tits, this is Found something interesting here. Maestro was in such a hurry to leave, they left something pretty interesting behind. These are the Maestro's ledgers. All his accounting for the last, 10, 20, yes, for the last 30 years. Do you know what this means? Somewhere in these pages, me and Octavia, where we were bought, for how much, from where, maybe from who. Not interested in my tribe, really. I already know who they are, piles of shit who sell their children to slavery. But it might still be interesting to pay them a visit, may spin through their faces personally. Take some time to make sense of the ledger. We may not find anything, or we may find something and regret ever looking. But I will still want to know the truth. I want to understand who I am and where I came from. Alrighty. Wanda echolocation. Gives you blind sight for 30 feet, as I recall. Hey, his diary.
Should be.
Now I'm embarrassed.
Okay.
I wrote it like I saw it.
A trivial matter.
Okay, there we go. Here's rule. Another letter.
Teacher's call to that.
Oops. There, I want to make sure we turn that off. So let's see, what did we just get? The nanites inside the item provide the wearer with multiple abilities. Owner gets +1 bonus to all attack rolls with bombs. This bonus increases to +2 at level 12. Owner gains +2 bonus to saving throws against mind-affecting death, paralysis, disease, stun, and poison effects, and resists fatigue for 8 hours past the usual limit. At level 20, the owner becomes immune to fatigue and exhaustion. Owner's bombs deal additional dice of damage if they were alchemist 2 levels higher. The owner saves DCs are increased by 1. You just get all these from holding this sucker? Once per day as a free action, the owner can activate the nanites inside the item for 5 rounds, gain fast healing 5, as well as immunity to poison, death effects, paralysis, stun, disease, and the effects of targeted bomb and mixtures extract. Level 16, the duration of focusing surge increases to 10 rounds. Good God! That's like ridiculous for Jubilost.
In due time.
Oh, what's didn't mean to grab that. Alright, back to the capital. But that, I do believe we've gotten all, like, the personal care, like, companion side quests done. Man, I really wish we're doing more, side stuff, you know? We're actually done with like the chapter and we're just giving free reign for a while. It is weird how we weren't allowed to do that this go around after finishing up the Vorkai chapter.
Catch my breath.
My strength fades.
Nah, we're almost back to town, so there we go. Didn't need to worry about resting out in the wilds.
My strength betrays me.
God, that costs us a lot of BP to do. You can go up to 6, the hell? About 2 weeks. So we could possibly do some of this. Okay, so no one who can claim that one is available. Only one other place that we can really get. Thank God. Thank God. Addition to a post-government control of the grain reserve made it possible to avoid famine. As the Baron is wise advisor, we're finally getting some actual good events. Oh, I mean, we're actually getting some successes in here. There we go. West of the Sillin River bed. Perhaps we should explore these lands as well. Okay, so we got our hint on where they are. Oh God. Okay. I need 200 for that. Okay, so they're actually a lot happier now. So it'd be the best spot so that we have like a area that will actually like be faster to get into the Tors of Leavenlays, which is the most eastern area region in the, well, the land. Can we actually put down a mage house in here? I just realized. Magic tower, that was it. Yeah, here we go. That's supposed to be what we need for the whole, like, teleportation network stuff. Which town got upgraded into a... Well, which village got upgraded into a town? Oh, okay, so this is how we pick which one. Okay. Figured that one would be a good one since it's like most centralized kind of thing. I would like to actually upgrade to a city, you know, for our capital. Of course, it's gonna take time. We can't really immediately start warping, you know? Oh, it's the booze guys again. I want to see you in person for a long time. All the Brevoy talk about your feats. Bim Wobblegander, the greatest goldsmith in Ristov, at your service. Happy to meet the ruler of this land. You know, it's quite beautiful here. The view of a lake surrounded by a picturesque green forest were inspiration for a lovely brooch design. Do have a sapphire, but no green jewels, and I know I do can help me with this. We're surrounded by simpletons here who knows nothing of sublime matters except for you, of course. So you recognition and inspiration. You see, not everyone in Restov realizes how unfairly destiny has divided its gifts between me and my competition. I got all the talent you see, and they got all the glory and respect. It's all nonsense, though. I'll soon remedy this irksome situation. Besides, I'm mortally tired of Restov dust and grayness, and the view from here to the Tors of Levity is beyond compare. Just look at those peaks, such mysterious power in in their easy dignity. Let's say if I'm provided an appropriate place to work, I wouldn't mind staying for a while to draw upon the special inspiration that these lands give me. Of course, I've expressed gratitude to my patron from time to time with gifts befitting his status and my mastery. So, for an emerald, okay. Well, how do I give it to him then? By Lake Silverstep. So we're saving an emerald. Where's there it is. All right, let's go sell our stuff. And then, well, we got a freaking barbarian to go kill. I should probably change our difficulty back up again. I wonder when it gets determined, like if you succeed or fail on a barony thing. Is it like when it's turned in or when you start it? Oh, wait. And these came so. Oh! Whether it's to unravel best. Oh no. Wait, I think we read. Or is that. Yeah, so that's. I feel like that could be useful, but it's just like. Frustrating. I mean, don't really want to use up a freaking feat on just being able to equip 1+3 weapon that we found. Yeah, I forgot I found these. Yet another freaking exotic weapons. Jeez. Oh yeah, that's right. I sold the battle axe to him. Do wish he would pick up some more freaking healing potions. Because, yeah, he's still completely out of those.
Follow my lead.
Oh, wait, that's Pitax over there? Did we get the freaking... What? Yeah, we did all that, but it's not actually giving us like a spot on the map to say, yo, go here now. Or is that supposed to be the country road? Not really. Oh dang, okay. We can upgrade to a city.
Resting would be nice, don't you think?
Oh, fine. Let's see. Oh, whoops. I do love how... Oh, no, wait. Slower nature for... What did she use it? Does she actually have, like, her lore nature as high as knowledge world? Huh. Interesting.
As expected, the Khalids know nothing about strategy and maneuvers. However, one can't deny they possess a certain resourcefulness and tactical ingenuity.
Don't be fooled. They're counting on their opponent taking them for idiots. Underestimating them is a mistake you only do once.
Alright, I was about to say, is it done saving yet? Let's go to the poor horse, harness it to the cart as it was.
In due time.
Wait, did I? I did not.
That is not far.
Okay. Whoa.
Who will prevail? Does it matter?
Hold back for a second, Amiri.
Tear them apart!
Oh wait, is he immune to magic? Yep, spell immunity. Thank you, sneak attacks being amazing at getting through damage resists.
They go down!
looks strangely peaceful. You see no wounds or bites on his body. Marksman headset. My darling, I'm writing this while taking a rest stop in the Glenbond Wilderness. Don't be surprised, but I'll finally decide to get out of Pitax. It's the magical potion dear Carnverial sells, but that's fine. I brought a supply of it with me. Come in handy when we celebrate a reunion. As for my homeland, things are getting worse and worse there. Irovetti's appetite grows. The guards are fighting with the Thieves Guild. The old trade houses keep making new schemes. Even the Academy of the Arts has been said to have some new free thinkers appearing from time to time. Sure, that pot will boil over sooner or later, and I'd rather not be there when it does. I was looking forward to seeing you in the meantime. In the meantime, he died. Oh, great. Weird, because it kind of looks like the golem was actually guarding him. Like, it wasn't the thing that killed him. I guess this is not the way through. Tenacious Marsh, okay.
As it should be.
Grotus awaits us.
Inimosi Travisi. Inimosi Travisi. Inimosi Travisi.
The megaliths, they must be placed in correct order. This will loosen my chains. Okay. I was betrayed by my faithful. Now I seek help from a stranger. The Ravenous Queen. Oh, that's not exactly a good sign for who we're helping. Oh, you won't forgive us, my queen. Neither will we. I mean, clearly we're gonna need to find more of these things, right? I went and buffed up and everything.
Follow my lead.
Our road once again led us to the border of Pitax. We're up, and as we consider for the loft and lie in wait for innocent victim. Imagine how surprised we were when, instead of band, we bumped into a guard patrol. The King Irovetti was determined to restore order along its border. Seen all sorts of miracles, but this would be hard to believe. The guards kindly informed us that the borders were closed due to a travel ban. Not because of a war or plague, but because of the celebration. The kingdom was preparing for a rush-like tournament, and the king was busy giving personal consultations to painters, artists, and the masters of the stage who would be responsible for the event. Bear and I exchanged smiles. Too bad for the poor artists. Grinned the guard. The king orders the borders closed to keep secret the details of his coming triumph. The guardsmen were polite but adamant. Fortunately, we had no reason to challenge him and fight our way to Pitax. And sure. Trying to avoid overcomplicated vocabulary, explained that the tournament was founded by King Eurovetti and is held on the Rushlight River. All sorts of champions gather from across the river kingdoms. There they compete in fishing, a highly respected talent in those parts. They're boasting in the skill of fighting when you're drunk so that you can hardly stand on your feet. I still don't understand why everyone thinks it's so funny. There are many other interesting competitions in the same vein. I guess we ain't going there yet. Serpent tail. Do I still have the freaking book for... Let's see. Grumsel. Between two rivers, Silvermont and the bed of the Selin River are named among possible... Okay. So where's the Silvermont then? And there's the Selin River. There's that Rushlight place they were talking about. Whisper River. It's the Horn River? Thorn River. It's the Skunk River. Silvermont. Making sure I had the name right. Yes, the Shrike River. South Rosslyn Road? What's the name of this one? Oh, that's still the Shrike River. Crooked. Oh, this is where the Goldsmith is. Selin River. Whisper. I guess Silvermont is actually probably like an actual location. Of course.
Let's make this quick.
Alright, Spriggans. Well, these guys aren't lasting very well. Oh, it's only one of them showed up behind us, okay. What? Are more just spawning in? We'll definitely take their frickin' healing pots. And I'm not sure why they bothered turning huge. Because don't crossbows run off dex? And you actually lose dex when you do the transformation, the like enlarged person stuff. You get like a -4 to your dex stat and a +4 to your strength, so alright, I didn't need to do that.
Resting would be nice, don't you think?
Oh wait, we're never gonna rest because of Amiri.
Damn it!
Seriously, where the heck?
Left the tribe. How far do I have to go before I'm not running into Kelids on every hill?
You wouldn't meet any in Kalesh. But I don't think you'd like my tribe any better than your own.
That's another one that feels more Kalik than Canera. Wait, Two-Faced Hill? Doesn't that sound very like the Twiceborn and all that stuff? Two-Faced?
Enjoy your final moments.
Werewolf from Tegrith? Do we know a Tegrith? Oh no.
Your life ebbs low.
Serves you right.
Calm down.
Strike
Not
worth a
dead
legend.
Oh god, Harim's not doing too good. Yeah, thankfully. Whoa. We got dropped to 0 HP. At least the tribal fetish we just picked up there can be turned into the storyteller dude.
Yes, I'm still here.
In due
To
time.
the dust you will go.
Okay, there's way more here than I thought there would be. They actually have really low reflex, the hell?
Calculated risk.
Taste my fury.
Won't kill me! Survive.
Yeah.
We survive.
Why was only one of those a sneak attack?
Aborane sentes. Inimosi travisi.
Because apparently we're gonna be here for a bit.
Inimosi travisi.
Why did she start screaming like that?
All according to plan.
Patience. Oh, sorry. Was lost in thought.
Agile S-Dog +3. That's an exotic weapon, of course.
As it should be.
Oh, wait, is that... And that's it for this area. Okay, fine then.
In due time.
And that's no exit over there. Fine then. I'm very tempted to just look up where this stupid place is as we keep wandering, you know? Like, what are the hints supposed to mean exactly? Like, the Silvermont thing doesn't really fit? Let's see. Oh, never mind. They don't actually... This one I've been looking at does not actually say anything about how to handle this part. Oh, I think I found it. Like, I'm more curious on how we're supposed to figure this out. Hey, really? It's like right here. What the heck? Yeah, here's... Yeah, it's here. What? I don't know how we're supposed to do this then.
Saran Ray's loyal servant was captured, and the goddess left him to the mercy of fate. Our gods of luck.
Is that surprise I hear in your voice? You mustn't.
Okay. The only thing I see is that the DC for trying to reveal his thing is really high. Gain a vision of the The perception DC is 45? Tomb and Pike stretch? It's supposed to be like an event on the river that's part of it. Oh, wait, okay, I think this is what they're referring to. Here we go. Okay, so this is supposed to be what we need to do. God, this one's annoying. Trying to cross a small river, there were tons of them in those parts. We met an old man who would be considered suspicious even by local standards. He had a gray beard and his straw hat sat above his head of a coarse, dirty, tousled hair. The man was skillfully guiding a small raft along the river with a long pole, and a fat water rat sat near his bare feet. Nothing else, the old man approached the shore and hailed us in a local dialect so strange we could barely understand him. "Oh, good folk, where are you heading? Fleeing something or looking for something?" "Now you're looking, I can see it in your eye." "Well, saying goes, as you seek will find. I can help you, surely, if you can pay me the right price." After hearing the old man's colorful speech, let's have a bet, eh? You're all busty hasty trying to catch a believing barbarian with a dead name, but can you dive? I'll maybe drown you a little in the farther Salem waters, let you know the taste of the river. If you can take it, I'll help you in your search. Oh, well, that's that, and we'll never see each other again. The game offered by this cleric was a dangerous one. The companions would have to put their life on the line to get help for a search for Armand. Really? I feel like it. To her legs on the verge of losing conscious, she finally managed to catch the elusive vision, and in doing so, everyone else saw what she was seeing. The wide and hilly Glenabon high upland, strewn with stones, carved up by the small river in the central part north of Flint Rock grasslands. Barely noticeable rock held an entrance like a gaping mouth that led to underground. Some grim barbarian sat near the entrance, as though waiting for something. This has to be Armag's tomb. Finally located it. If we swept through the area, we couldn't miss it. At least that was our hope. We came back to our sense. The old man was already on his way downstream, guiding his raft around riverbanks with his pole. Mary lay still, her face in the water. Okay, Amiri doesn't look to be dead. There it is. So yeah, apparently we have, if we do, we need to do both of these to guarantee it shows up. Just doing one reduces the perception check to 35. You all know my dice, so of course that's why we've been failing. See, let me check something real quick. Okay, we do have his level 6 slots available. Alright.
That is not far.
Grim barbarians sitting near the bonfire, speaking in low voices and casting sidelong glances towards the tomb entrance. Noticing you, one of them reaches for his weapon out of habit and catches himself set past the space on the log beside him. "Greetings, travelers. Come have a seat. As we have heard anything about the battle between Tiger Lords and Rostov, have you? Who won? How did it go?" Yeah, basically this one. Really? Then what are we sitting around here for? Quiet, Numeric's far away. He's still very close. Soon Peerless Armagh, great chieftain, invincible fighter, damn his hide. Chieftain brought us here. He took several of us into the tomb with him and told the rest to wait outside. No one's left the place since, and we've been sitting here for weeks. Maybe, but what if he isn't? The sisters always claimed that once he exited the tomb, he'd be the mightiest fighter Galarian ever saw. Maybe they were lying, but what if they weren't? Certainly hate to be the one who disobeyed his orders. There's a sister Kazan guard at the entrance. She's a mighty witch. She's crazy as a bat. She won't just let you in. You she did. There are lots of traps down there. You make it past the traps, there's still Armagh to deal with. He'll kill you. This guy's scary. She's a witch after all. Look at him downright scared. No, you're right. It's long to that time to rid ourselves of these witches and our crazy chieftain too. Everyone, get that sister down with Armagh. Well, alrighty then.
Requires your attention.
We'll deal with that in a little bit. We go, oh, damn! Everyone just got jumping on her. He does not have that much HP. That's it, the witch is gone. There's no turning back now. Armagh won't waste any time investing. He'll just tear our heads off. To the abyss with him. Are we supposed to wait here for him until we're old and gray? He's a traitor, not a chieftain. First he takes us to conquer Restov without any proper scouting, like sheep to the slaughter, and then he leads his forces right before a huge battle to go digging around some hole in the ground. Other chieftains have been deposed for far less. Right, enough is enough. I say whether he's alive or dead, we go back to Numeria. We'll tell the elders everything. They can choose a new chieftain. Good luck to you too. Party quickly pack up and leave. Oh, nice. Nope.
My search was not in vain.
It is finished.
God, I wish it was a warning that we were about to do a trickery check. And the game just doesn't tell us, like, that was just the normal pickups item sign, you know? I'll say it's kind of dickish how hard it was to actually get the, like, in this place. I mean, heck, if we look at our skills... Yeah, plus 7, 16, 9, 18, 20. So she's got our best perception check at 20. So she would require a roll of 15 in order to actually let us, you know, see the thing. And that's only if we did the scouting one. Her footprints are easily visible along the dusty floor, which hasn't seen a guest in many years.
Follow my lead. Enemy approaching.
Oh, not specters. Do not have any buffs on us, damn it. There goes levels. This place is gonna suck, isn't it? A cool breeze as we enter the room. Ice shards appeared on the walls and floors, and the labyrinth of thick ice walls grew up around us. Walls were waist high to a human, but they were head high to me. The center of the room had a pressure plate on the floor, while the entrance to the labyrinth had a massive pedestal carrying a tiger statue made of ice. The exit was at the far end of the room, locked of course, and the description above it read, "Trial of Strength." The air in the room was cool, and the temperature dropped with each passing second. Seems like the magic was stealing all the warmth from the room bit by bit. Wasting no time, we can do that. I feel like these rolls are really, really hard to do. Really? I failed that? I rolled a 2. These are the only four. The problem was none of us knew which direction it should slide in. A lot of time wandering the nooks and crannies of the labyrinth before eventually finding ourselves in the Ice Tiger in a dead end. Then we realized that we wouldn't be able to rely on pure luck. We need to find another solution. Really? Oh, this sucks ass. Failed. Really? Because I mean... Yeah, that requires 16! That requires a 15 instead of just a... Wait, what? Kind of feels like we should have been, like, taking damage or something from all that.
You see that?
$32. Really? Oh, we're doing this shit again, aren't we?
What's that?
Seriously, what is my luck? Especially when it comes to traps, it always feels like I do that. That was yet another freaking 2.
You should take a look.
I can't.
At least this one did. Rolled an 8. At least this one didn't explode in our face.
No matter.
I mean, all those were coin flips on us succeeding.
In due time.
You see that?
Say what now? That was a 4. Seriously, what are my goddamn rolls?
I found something
As
interesting.
it should be.
So I can't roll for shit.
Trivial matter.
Finally! Oh, and of course it was on a nat 20. Came in search of Armag's resting place, but they only found their own death instead.
This requires
None of us even saw that freaking trap.
It is finished.
We are a good long way away from hitting 13, aren't we?
You
We will
deserved
be
it.
victorious.
Oh, great. They got undead. Wait, they're working with the undead? Of course they all go after us. What's their whole person is a DC 12? The hell? That seems really low. We are back on... Yeah, we are on normal.
This is not possible.
Oh, god damn it. Where's the frickin' 37? And I rolled a 1.
Anything is possible.
Because of course I rolled a freaking 1.
It's just not my lucky day.
Oh, she can't actually. No, wait. Yeah, she just needs a 13. I say just a 13. Oh, yeah, that's right. Save fate, that quick loads or quick save. And hey, at least we can actually rest this time. Or if need be, you know, run out and run back in if I run out of camping supplies. Because I actually brought camping supplies this time around.
It's just not my lucky day.
And that time she got an 8. I wonder how many tries this will actually take us to actually get into that chest. I am curious.
I failed. I'm sorry.
And that one was a 9. So far we've had a 12, an 8, and a 9.
I failed. I'm sorry.
Another 8.
Applause, please.
Finally, and sling staves. As I recall, those are really, this is all that's in here? I kind of remember seeing like this being a common thing for halflings in art.
What troubles you?
Grab all the +1s. Oh, we're already done with the first floor? Okay.
My search was not in vain.
I can't.
God damn it. It's another 33.
Called forth. Anything else?
There we go. Ring of protection +3. Nice.
All according to plan.
Yep, that gives her +1 more AC. Oh, she has one too. Oh no.
This should do it.
Who will prevail? Does it matter?
Damn it, I was ordering him to do that before the fighting started. I think that'd be worthy of a sneak attack, you know?
Let us strike as one.
Lawful evil, huh? Oh god.
Tear them apart!
Serves you right.
Taste my fury.
I want to kill the specters first.
Leave out of our story.
She got another set of negative levels, but doesn't look like they're focusing them.
A calculated risk.
You deserve
Well, let me guess, it's a freaking touch attack for the. Yeah, it's melee, 2 feet melee, touch plus 10. Yeah, armor doesn't matter for that. Bloody Bones Beast? Oh, plus 4 giant strength, nice.
In due time.
Have we even seen like a +1 star knife?
A trivial matter.
resting would
Oh,
be
whoops.
nice, don't you think?
Really? Holy shit, yeah, we're all fatigued all of a sudden.
Oh, sorry. Was lost in thought.
Patricium Turinos.
Might as well use this up before we move on.
Patricium Turinos.
Oh, really? What's the area difficulty for that, damn it? I'm sorry? Where did these guys come from?
Your life ebbs low.
They go down!
Greater zombie lore back there too.
What old god?
Oh god. I wasn't wanting to fight these guys again. +2 full plate, holy crap.
That is not far.
Oh crap. 3 palm-sized pressure plates were installed by the heavy locked door. One was covered in icy crystal, one had tiny sparks running across, and the last had smoke rising from it. The inscription above the plates read, "Trial by Pain." Well, I can guarantee the mobility ones. Oh, dang it. As the crested plate slowly sank into the wall, Ryombahu clenched his teeth against the cold and pain as icy needles pierced his palm. When the pressure plate stopped moving with a loud click, Ryombahu yanked his hand back from the niche and began rubbing it and breathed on it for warmth. Though the first plate, only 2 more remained. Kind of feel like this should be more like, I don't know, athletics? Like, something that Amiri would be more, like, aligned with. As he pressed the plate and it slowly sank to the wall, tiny bolts of lightning crawled along its hand as it moved, and the air took on the scent of a thunderstorm. The pressure plate stopped moving with a loud click. Ryombahu yanked his hand away from the niche and collapsed to the stone floor exhausted. Beads of sweat appeared on his brow, and the air took on the scent of burning meat, but he continued to press with the pressure. Seriously, does this really sound like mobility? Shouldn't this be something more like, I don't know, a fortitude save? It doesn't look like it actually hurt us that much, but still. I guess it was actually a success, technically.
What's that?
As it should be.
Okay, who has our best reflex save? Oh, it's going to be me, isn't it? Because there's probably like something at the far end that lets us turn all this shit off, right? On the Ring of Evasion.
What you want?
Anything is possible.
Don't hesitate.
I am prepared. In due time.
Dang it, failed my reflex save. Oh, okay, so that's what that's for. Oh, wait, that's Rio running on back. Was only matched by their ingenuity, okay. There's like no way to actually like disable any of this shit. Have everyone run on through. Yep, there it is. Wait, what?
All according to plan.
There we go.
This requires your attention.
Holy crap.
Follow my lead.
Really?
I know what to do.
Yeah, that one turned off back there.
I hate pain
Really? That's what turns them all off? Oh god.
I like what I see.
Well, we succeeded at least, right?
Focus on the goal.
Whoa! Where did the freaking greater fire elemental come from? Okay, we managed to kill the Spectre before he could. Yeah, she's raging already. Critical hits, precision. That means we can't sneak attack it. And of course, it's immune to fire. Oh, it just has a flat 10 damage reduction. I don't really have anybody using frost damage. Should probably tell him to stop that. Don't want to have to rest yet. Oh, how'd you chow fits +2, huh? All of Armag's trophies are on display.
That is not far. No mistakes.
Waiting for that guy to get out of range, basically.
Running won't help you!
This requires your attention.
Any last wishes?
Okay. Oh, we actually dodged a freaking touch attack there. Could have been worse. Oh, that's a trickery chest.
This is not possible.
Applause, please.
A masterwork sigh? I think it's the point of masterwork at this point. Oh damn, okay, yeah, we finally got a good trickery roll.
I am yours to command. To victory! Do not falter!
Flames take you.
Tip! He failed his spell because of... well, because he died. I don't think... yeah, they're avoiding the trap there.
It is finished.
Oh, hi, Iron Golem. Just curious quickly what's on the other route.
As it should be.
Oh, did I forget to bless for this day?
Enjoy your final moments.
Let's try this way.
There we go. Why did they swap like that? Like, initially it looked like they really wanted to kill that archer, and then they decided, eh. It's another way back into that room, alright. Seriously, basic Psi?
All according to plan.
We will prevail.
This should do it.
Damn it. Splat. Always love that effect. Just like the perfect, like, finishing touch to a big fight. Just someone exploding. Oh my. This is another way back in here, alright. Oh wait, that's it. Oh wait. We don't have everybody with us.
Yes, I'm still here. Rotus awaits us.
Oh!
Come as dust.
Okay. No wait, not you.
Here. Onward, you arms!
Oh, really? Hey, Jay. I wonder what I'm missing, although, why am I not wait, am I not considered to be flanking? Wait, it has haste on? This was supposed to be a honorable fight.
Could be worse. And will be. Definitely will be.
Oh wait, that's Cure Light Mass. Well, that was annoying. Big damage minus 4.
Where I go, a pall hangs over everything. Though people say it was better before I arrived.
First in the dust, a battle raged in this room. One of the statues decorated the room is caked with blood. And yet no bodies.
In due time.
I think we're getting to the end of this floor. Oh, I see a fight ahead.
I'm listening.
I am prepared to meet my end. Are you?
Okay, looks like there's nothing else hiding back here.
Stay behind me.
This will hurt.
I'll be easy, room. There we go. Great.
Ready for anything.
Give the order.
What a fight!
Go down, better ones.
Time's not waiting.
Damn, I think I just completely annihilated that guy. Oh, damn it.
This is going to hurt.
Let us strike as one. Bring it.
I told her to swap. There we go.
Could be worse. And will be. Definitely will be.
Oh, that guy's like one hell of a boss. I think you're trying to pick me so that I can incinerate this guy. There we go. That 2 HP.
A trivial matter.
need some heals. Nope. Or instead of a camp here, it seems like they were preparing for a serious battle. That's supposed to be a hint.
I don't like surprises.
Yeah, this ain't a very nice
Trivial
surprise.
matter.
Good. I actually got a 10.
Enemy approaching.
Oh shit.
Let's try this way.
Repent!
Does that count as flanking the Spectre? And we know they get affected by sneak attacks.
This should do it.
Hey, sneak attack immune. I'm gonna guess from like a secondary element on a weapon.
This won't kill me.
Follow my lead.
Oh, right.
Great.
You should take a look.
What we get hit by?
I know what
I
to do.
am your shield.
Focus on the goal.
I'm glad you called.
Acid fog duration 1 round per level. Oh my. Deals 2d6 points of acid damage to each creature and object within it. Fun.
No mistakes. I can't.
Oh no, really? Of course I failed it like that. At least that finally went away.
I wrote it like I saw it. Applause, please.
Helmet allows the wearer to enter rage as a barbarian and summon 2 barbarian spirits to help them in combat for 20 rounds once per day. Legacy Duthica will not yield its power to the weak, and characters with less than 15 strength cannot equip it. Okay then? Oh crap, he could actually wear it. I think... Oh yeah, I gave her that for better perception rolls. I wouldn't really want to give that to her, since, you know, she's the that one helps out her surviving shit. Yeah, there's another chest right here.
I can't.
God damn it. 37?
It's not my lucky day.
Yeah.
And Lindsay was called forth.
Fair, might as well just do it like this. Pop
Applause,
that.
please.
Save. Oh! And this, of course I set up for it, and
Adventures
there
concept.
really isn't much good in there, the heck?
All according
Why have such a tough chest to open up if you're not gonna make it worth it? Guess on the flip side, it would suck if it was extremely important to open.
Ready for anything?
Who will prevail? Does it matter?
Really? Look at... Wait, divided by 2? Why is it divided by 2? But still... Those are some pretty bad rolls. What is their reduction? I don't see what it is that, like, is reducing damage here. Those are all immunities. The footprints in the barbarian explored this room in search of a hidden entrance, but it seems they didn't find anything and turned back. Like a good spot to rest up. Oh wait, before we do that. She has negative levels too. Good lord, look at all those pluses. Well, ain't that nice? Oh. How did I miss that earlier?
Oh, sorry. Yes, I'm still here.
Okay, yeah, that does still help out her armor. I wasn't sure because it says it's a plus enhancement, which is like, well, I mean, they usually don't like overlapping the same kind of buff, so I didn't know that counted. Oh, here stands before you is old, but not decrepit. His tan, muscular body seems to be made of bronze. His eyes have no whites, no irises, just black metal and reflection of invisible fire dance upon the shining surfaces. I greet you at the Temple of Gorum. I am Zorek, keeper of this tomb. If you've come this far, you certainly have potential. But the time has come to determine if you're worthy to enter the inner sanctum. When I was young as you are now, I also craved knowledge. It was only after serving our Lord in iron for some time that I realized that all the world's knowledge is but smoke on the water and dust in the wind. I can indulge your curiosity, but you should know that words can bear no true wisdom. Such wisdom is only found in the clashing of metal, the roaring of fire, and the crunching of bone. Same place he's been in all these ages, at his burial chamber inside the sacred sword in which Gorum placed his soul. Were you asking after the bold boy who dared take the great chieftain's name? No one proved his worth in an honest fight, so I let him enter. I know not what happened to him after taking the sword, but he never came back. Never expected the great chieftain's boy would be forgotten among mortals. Listen well, then. Armagh was a mighty berserker and a valiant warlord who led our tribe from one victory to another. Undefeated, he grew too proud and began bragging that even death herself was unable to lay him low. His words offended Pharasma, so she sent her servants against him. Gorum wouldn't accept that and chose to challenge the goddess of death. While Armagh fought armies of monsters on earth, the two deities fought each other over his soul, and though Armagh's wounds were too horrible for him to survive, Gorum wouldn't let Pharasma take him. Instead, he placed Armagh's soul into the sacred sword, Overbane, the very sword that's held in this tomb. I remember now, the Academy used to study a song about Armagh, though it wasn't so much about his prowess in battle as his prowess in bed. According to the song, Pharasma was mad at him because he, well, it all lies, of course, probably. Then Zora, cleric of Gorum and advisor to the great chieftain Armagh. I stayed with him as he ascended to his glory. I saw every step on his path. I fought beside him in each of his battles. When I was slain beside him on the bloody field of his final battle, Gorum made me Armagh's guardian. My god ordered me to build this tomb and keep my chiefs at peace until the day when a mighty warrior would arrive, unworthy to wield the sacred sword that held Armagh's soul. Few people have entered this tomb over the centuries, and none have exited. That boy was the first to manage to pass me. Do you think you can be the second? No, you thank me. Nothing I told you will help you in battle. Maybe so, but such speeches are sacred. They're like battles themselves. Once you start talking, it won't let you stop the story and leave without a fight. Are you ready? Oh man. The Staglord, leader of the large bandit gang, took his fort. So a Staglord tears the air, and the Brevins bestowed the Baron on you for his head. Yes, that's something to be proud of. What else can you boast? Well, these ones are guaranteed. Argolka and Tartu, a Troll King and a Kobold King respectively, destroyed their city. Fell two monster kings at once? Yeah, that's something to be proud of. What else can you boast? Mages, giants, and undead. Three of the world's most disgusting things. I guess this would probably be better than that. Why is Intimidate weaker than Bluff? Do you know what rule of the strong is? The right to take anything they want without a fight. It's the right to go without proving your strength at every turn, because everyone already knows it. Perhaps no one in your land is down to your power. That's not the case here. If you want to enter, then prepare yourself for battle. Yep. What's he casting? Alrighty. See, she casts haste. Alright, we got those up. Oh, right. I can actually cast that 5 times. Good God. Well, damn, he's already almost dead after that. Well, that was fast. It's a falchion. It's a +3 falchion. Just full play +1, alright. Inspired Wisdom, Natural Armor +2, Collective Resistance +3. Well, that was surprisingly fast. Then again, maybe it's because we succeeded at so many of the diplomacy checks that it weakens him.
As it should be.
Oh yeah, we didn't even buff up with our cleric? Wait, what? Oh wait, that's just, yeah.
apart!
Okay. Oh, it's over here. Okay.
In due time.
Alright, Chieftain's tomb reeks of death, not the ancient death of the chieftain himself, but recent death. Dismembered bodies are scattered around the room, the blood staining, the pooling on the floor. People recognize the remains as human. They were once members of the Tiger Lords, the barbarians who followed their leader to this tomb, only to fall by his hand. Armag himself stands in the center of the room, clutching a blood-stained sword. He breathes heavily like a hunted animal, his eyes wild and aimless. His voice is hoarse as he shouts at a slim woman in a gray cloak in short, abrupt phrases. Woman's yellow eyes are fierce as she watches the chieftain through the holes in the veil that covers her face.
Armag's entire life a lie. Armag is not Armag. The sword says it is Armag. The sword, it calls Armag an imposter. What now? What? What to do? Who is Armag now?
Hush, my boy. Calm. You really are Armag. There have been no lies. But your soul has slept in the sword for so long, it just doesn't recognize you. It will soon, though, and...
Stop
Oh, yeah. That's right.
lying. Armag is not even Armag anymore. Was never Armag in the first place. Armag is like the 8 mothers now. No name, no tribe, no destiny. What's left now? What? Only revenge!
Well.
And then our leader charged forward. Hey, wait for me.
Oh, okay. Why does he get all these freaking... like, undead guys joining him all of a sudden? Oh no, he's trying to go after... I think he's trying to go after me. Yeah, she's activating that. Really? Well, I'm completely boned here, aren't I?
Let us strike as one.
What is Valerie doing? Okay, there we go. Definitely need to rage. I have no idea what Harim's doing. Okay, see. We have been hasted up, right? Thought I cast that at the... No, haste hasn't actually stuck. He's still level 17. He's probably also got crazy freaking damage from that new sword of his.
Repent.
Oh, we're healing as much as we can. Is this like... Does that count as like adamantine?
Taste my fury.
There we go. Why is it pausing over and over? Okay. That kinda got dicey at the end there. The exhausted barbarian falls to one knee, the blood seeping from his wounds falling to stain the floor. He doesn't look at you. His gaze wanders around the room until it stops on the bodies of his tribesmen.
Even as cruel as this savage. Stop his suffering, here and now.
The barbarian regained his feet, his bloodshot eyes darted about nervously, studying you from head to toe.
Fed Armagh, raised him
The 8 mothers, the 8 sisters. From the puzzle, it's second is dozen times and a dozen and is thrice the number of those who lost their face. Then he says there are 8 of them, so that would be 24.
Since he was born, Armagh knew no other family and no other tribe. They told Armagh of his great past and his even greater future. And every word was a lie. Armagh was just their trained dog. He jumped when told, growled, tore their enemies to pieces. He had no idea for what or why he was fighting. One more thing. Once, Armagh heard them talk about another system. The one they all serve. When he asked, they lied. Said there was no 9th sister. That Armagh had missed.
Neareth is who they're talking about there.
Should have understood then that they weren't to be trusted. Those who lie once are not to be believed twice. Armagh, the great chieftain of the past, was buried here. Armagh, the great chieftain of the present, was born again. He had to return here to reunite with his soul, the one sleeping within the sword, to become whole again, to restore his power, to reign over the land again, to challenge the gods again. That's what the 8 mothers told Armagh. They lied. They were lying all along. Armagh took the sword and spoke to Armagh's soul. The sword said Armagh was not Armagh, but just an impudent brat. Ancient Armagh's rage blazed like a torch in the night. All that was hidden was unveiled at once. Everything. The 8 mothers raised Armagh, and since childhood they kept saying Armagh was a great man with a great destiny. Lies! Lies and more lies! Armagh is not Armagh. Armagh is just a toy for the 8 witches. But no more. Armagh's life is over. But at least he dies free from all lies. Ancient Armagh, great chieftain of the past, invincible hero, Gorham's champion. He served only Gorham. Not his people, no. Only Gorham. When he killed, it was not to feed his people, not to gain glory, not for wealth, not for power. No, it was the other way around. He fed his people to make them better killers. The blade was thirsty. It quenched its thirst on the blood of Armagh's fellow tribesmen. Ancient Armagh was a great warrior, that much is true. But he was a bad chieftain. He would send his people to their deaths for no good reason. Armagh wasn't a hero. Armagh was a kinslayer.
Is there irony with him being the one to say that?
This ancient Armagh was a scum, if what you say is true. And some just love to venerate some dead wretch.
The 8 mothers used to say that today's Armagh is a great chieftain, just like ancient Armagh. he would defeat anyone he wanted as soon as he could find his soul. They said all he needed to do was find the tomb. Then he could conquer Restov, conquer all of Brevoy. Just find the tomb. But did ancient Armagh need some stupid tomb? No! He just fought and won! If Armagh is really Armagh, he would be bound to win. But this Armagh is not that Armagh. He led his people into a trap. Realized too late that he won't be able to take Restov. That's when the 8 mothers told him they had found the tomb. Armagh entered the tomb to become stronger, to save his people, to bring them glory and riches. But all he found was death. Ancient Armagh and present Armagh have that in common.
We always only achieve death. Even presumed success in mortal matters is actually just one more step toward the grave.
Thank you, Harim.
Trapped in this sword, his power became his curse. But the sword's curse brought Armagh's power too. His rays burned away all lies, burned away false destiny. Armagh sees things clearly now. Armagh will create
Okay.
his own
Interesting.
destiny. A living soul is stronger than any ancient dead man. The ghost in this sword can whisper whatever he likes. He will never dominate Armagh again.
I do find this interesting because this, like, seeing this is making me want to go with this option just because, like, it's implying that this is a better way to end it. Like, if he had been taken over, then yeah, kill him ASAP. I mean, even killing him now would probably also, like, how do I put it? Like, be the barbarian way, you know?
The one
But yeah.
holding Armagh's life in his hands didn't take it. This cannot be forgotten. Let us fraternize.
Oh.
Become sworn brothers. Brothers.
You run your palm along the blade of the ancient sword and shake Armagh's head. For the first time, he looks directly into your eyes.
I think I shed a tear from my left eye. It's all emotions. Such a beautiful finale of the story. I can't wait to write it down.
Armagh sheaths Ovinderbond and leaves the tomb. And a great treasure. We've certainly had an easier time in this place than in, you know, some of the other dungeons we've done recently. What did these guys just drop when we dropped Armagh? Oh.
All according to plan.
Oh, god damn it! Most of our buffs are wearing off now. Oh no, wait, we still have Stone Skin up. Interesting. Okay. Oh god damn it. I forgot to heal before. Okay,
I require healing.
oh no. Well, that was kinda dumb. Dang it, nah, I can't really do any of that. Dang it.
This should do it.
She's doing... Oh. Whoops.
I require healing.
Okay, where is... He needs to do that. That'll actually help out with trying to actually smack things. Hey, Valerie ain't dead. She's at 2 HP. That doesn't guarantee...
Calculated risk.
Usually being invisible is a good way to actually... Yeah. God damn it. Oh no, it didn't save, did it? Oh, and... we get to do that boss fight all over again now. Because I wandered into a shit show there.
All according to plan.
What's that?
Okay, let's see. Oh, we still have haste up.
The end draws near. Oh, sorry. Was lost in thought.
Ready for anything?
And Lindsay was called forth.
They'll never see me
What
coming.
troubles you?
No mistakes.
Can you make an epic pose? I need inspiration.
Okay, he's going right for Valerie. Good. I really need to try out that freaking Obsidian Flow spell too, don't I?
This should do it.
God damn it.
They go down!
Repent.
She's freaking invisible too. You have her move. Oh yeah, also activate that. Have we not actually touched the freaking Armag yet?
A calculated risk.
Come on, turn that on.
Will hurt.
Oh yeah, he's trying to heal. She's going all speedy! So give a prayer. God, he's got a freaking reflex plus 11, will plus 11? Can this? Yeah, you could actually cast freaking whole person on his ass.
Story.
Good. Nice. So I do 25 damage per Scorching Ray now. Nice.
Let's try this one.
No, not me.
Do it.
I want Kinera to help out Miri. Oh, well saved. Where is... Wait, it says he has an 18? This says 11. I feel lied to. Oh, that went way better.
Be merciful to the enemy, even as cruel as this savage.
The eight, one more. Armag, ancient, the eight, but
We always own.
the soul, the one brothers.
Oh,
See it coming.
Yeah, there we go. That time actually went way better. Don't know if I'd really say that's because I played better or not. Oh, that's not actually a really good weapon there. Okay. There we go.
This requires your attention.
just letting the ink dry.
Here.
Enemy approaching.
This is going to hurt.
Oh, door was up. Okay, so from there, we'll go after the berserkers first. Where did Abiri go? Oh, there she is. Going for them first since they're, you know, they got lower HP. Good God, he's got 30 ace. Let's see. Let's actually try Sunder Armor. Or he's just gonna die before I get attempted to actually do something smart. +4 heavy shield. I think we should be putting that on Harim. Oops. Oh, that's actually... yeah, we're back. That's near the start. Interesting. Hey, nice, a +3 greatsword. Yeah, it's definitely looking better than her falchion there. Actually, especially since she has weapon-focused greatswords, because I thought that would improve her using the her starter sword, the oversized bastard sword. Peace and calm, tension and anxiety prevail in this tomb. You can sense this place wasn't meant for the great Armag's eternal rest, but just rather nap until you arrive to new battles.
You should take a look.
How did I know it? I'm like, that wall looks weird. I took a great deal of trophies to adjust. Now they're all yours by right. Yeah. Where's that? Yeah, it's +2 better to his AC. Does lose DR -2. Oh, +3 longsword, nice. Yes, we have this great hoard of treasure, and I can only take a couple things from it. +5 dodge AC, +1 honor. So only a monk can wear that. So does that mean, like, you basically have to, like, create a character specifically just for that gear? Oh, nice.
As it should be.
It does look like that could be pretty damn good if you're playing as a monk. We just, you know, have no monks. And too many Tiger Lord tribesmen that gather here. They're arguing and bickering. The discussion is so heated that some participants have begun punching their opposition or drawing weapons, while more level-headed work to calm them down. At its greatest around Armagh, the deposed chieftain's escorts hold their hands on their weapons, throwing nervous glasses around their chieftains. Dugoth is here too. I just think it was. Noticing you stopped speaking gives you a warm smile. It's good you're here. As you can see, the tribe's on the verge of collapse. Maybe you can help us work things out without resorting to fratricide. Our elders, clerics, bards, and strongest fighters have gathered here. Everyone's important enough to have a voice in the matter of our tribe, and as you can hear, they're more happy than happy to continue using those voices. With the fate of our tribe at stake, I only pray the great Gorham holds his hand and allows us to resolve it without bloodshed. It's a tribal council of sorts. Once word spread about the location of Armag's tomb, elders and other influential tribesmen hurried to come here. Armag's actions split the tribe in two. Some call him a hero, while others consider him a criminal. Chaos and a rift. How else could the story end? Armagh may not have been the best chief, but in trying to overthrow him, you only kindled the flames of the feud. Your army forced us to retreat. You defeated our chieftain in an honest fight. What's more, you've achieved what no other could. You delved into Armag's tomb and proved yourself worthy to enter his resting chamber. That weren't enough. The lands where the tomb is located is yours, or soon to be yours. Everything hinges upon your decision. I say we better root them out, but if for some reason you don't want to do it, then give them a weak chief or someone you can control. Otherwise, in 10 or 20 years, they'll return to your lands to try their luck once more. Gravely accept your offer. With your permission, we'll settle here, keeping the peace of Armag's tomb as well as the peace of your borders. There's one more, sir, we must discuss. Who will lead the Numerian Tiger Lords? While it may no longer be your concern, those who make their homes in your lands will need a leader, and this person will need to be respected by the tribe, but also hold your trust. If you nominate an appropriate candidate, we'll heed your decision. I mean, he's now our sworn brother, so yeah. I don't want to kick Amiri out. I mean, honestly, there's quite a few interesting choices here. Armagh was wrong. He believed the witch's lies. He spilled the blood of his kin for no reason. But that's all in the past. And I just read, there we go. Let's see. He's but that's all the path before the eyes of Goramon, the sacred blade. Armag swears to devote his life to the tribe, to bring the tribe glory and riches like in ancient times, no better than ancient times. The Tiger Lord will roam this realm if anyone dare violate its borders and head toward the capital, the first out to step over Armag's dead body. Hey, twice poor, twice beaten. Your chieftain finishes his speech. The time comes for farewell. Some barbarians exchange hugs and share their tribesman's hand with teary eyes. Others simply clench their fists and spit on the ground, muttering curses. Finally, those who decided to return to Numeri leave your lands, and the rest return surround their leader. Alrighty then. Can't actually, like, talk to anybody here. Alright, time to head home. I like this dungeon more than the freaking, the Cyclops one. Oh, hey. Okay. Let's get back home, people. Yeah, we'll deal with that once we actually, you know, get back home.
Don't you think?
We should gather our strength.
Even tired, I don't think we really need to worry about any random encounters around here. Hey, we have an actual library we can go to. Holy crap!
Your Grace, I just realized that I won't be calling you that much longer. I just wanted to tell you that everything is ready for the celebration. Your guests have arrived, the capital is fully decorated for the festivities, and the people can't wait for you to make your entrance. Alright then, now we can definitely start celebrating. It's just so incredible. I'm so excited. A new kingdom is about to appear, right here, before my very eyes. It's long overdue if you ask me. My book of our adventures is desperately lacking in episodes where the heroes are properly rewarded.
Shush, girl, stop babbling, would you? You've been hammering our ears for long enough. It's time to let others speak. Well, I didn't expect to live long enough to witness this. The stolen lands have finally gained a proper king. Now, after the other monarchs have recognized you, no one will challenge your right to the throne. May Orastil guard your kingdom. Rule wisely, don't be too harsh to your people without reason, and remain on friendly terms with your neighbors. That won't work with all of them, unfortunately. May demons take the cursed Iravetti. But if some
Are they gonna be next?
don't reject it. All right, that's enough idle talk. I see Lindsay here is getting antsy.
Our esteemed guests, Jamandi Aldori and Natala Sertova, would like to speak with you before you greet the crowd. Have a nice conversation. Meanwhile, I must go and prepare for the ceremony. The coronation will commence as soon as you arrive at the square.
Alrighty then.
You have achieved what you wanted. Your kingdom will be our common ally, and a guarantor of future peace. It's an unusual twist, but it's not the first unusual thing to happen since your appearance in Brevois' political arena.
Sometimes it's better to set aside needless scruples and concentrate on building a better future for your subjects. I know not what this will come to in the end, but let us try. We may never have another mediator like you.
Believe it or not, I agree. You've become a symbol of great change, and you shall make a fine king. Before I forget, Casil is ready to return to duty and assist you in governing the country. He is eager
Oh,
to
good.
see what the stolen lands would become under your rule. You must have made an impression on him.
So I can't wait to finally wear the crown and claim everything that rightfully belongs to me. Will anything really change? I will continue to personally fight bandits and kill monsters, protecting my lands from demon knows what troubles. Well, coronation just stupid formality.
So, I hope you will rule your lands with the same resolve you show today. When I decided to ally with the mayor of Restall, I was confident in my resolution. In time, I grew to question my decision. But of course, we must look always forward. Never let doubt shake your determination.
Anyway, it's time we discuss what benefits we may reap from this unusual situation. I'm sure you have some ideas on how we might strengthen this three-way alliance. Our states are related today and for years to come. I support your ascent to the throne, but you must understand that this imposes upon you some obligations as well. Think carefully before you answer. Your words will define how close our states become in the future.
This does not seem the wisest course, honestly. Just have it be a formality means that it's easily broken, you know?
Of course, we'll need to settle certain details, but this is something our advisors can attend to. So, this is really happening. House Sortova is forging a pact with the Sword Lords. Who could ever have imagined?
We are decided then. We have lingered too long already. Your people await you outside, Your Highness. It's time you emerge and greet your subjects.
Alrighty. I think this is where we'll end off so that, you know, tomorrow we can start off with us being crowned king, baby. Seems like a good option to me. So, thank you all for coming on out. Hope you'll join me again tomorrow when all hail the